Hi everybody, I'm Marty Boardman with FlippingPhoenixHouses.com, and today we're here at our latest acquisition. This house is located in a subdivision or in an area called Ahwatukee. It's actually in Phoenix, but Ahwatukee is a little area, a little sliver of Phoenix. It's a very desirable neighborhood, especially for families. This is a big house. It's about 3,100 square feet. We bought it from a bank, and I just kind of want to show you why I think the bank had a hard time selling this house. First of all, we're going to kind of spin around here. I'm going to show you, curb appeal is huge when you're flipping houses. Obviously the front yard is the very first thing that the buyer sees. And this is a humongous overgrown mesquite tree. Now these things are great out in the middle of the desert, but in a neighborhood, not so much. You can see this thing is enormous. It's probably 30 feet tall, and it's hanging over into the neighbor's house, and it's actually hanging on to our side of the house. I talked to the neighbor just a minute ago, and she's thrilled. We're going to rip this sucker out. Okay, we're going to get rid of it. I thought she was going to kiss me. She was so happy that we're going to take this tree out because it cost them $500 last year just to cut it down and keep it off their side of the property, or their side of the property. So let's walk over here. I'm going to show you the other side of the yard. And you can see here the grass is completely dead, so we're going to put new sod here. And you can see there's cactus. Now again, we live in the desert and people love cactus, but it's not ideal in a front yard. It's certainly not an ideal thing to have in a big family home like this. If my wife and I were going to buy this house, I mean, she would have me rip these things out, because this, if I touch, ow, see, that hurts. Yeah, we don't want to have cactus in our front yard. Our kids, there's nothing more stressful than having to dig, cactus prickers out of your kids' arms and legs. So you can see here, more cactus. And even some more cactus out and around this corner here. So we're going to get rid of all this cactus in the front yard and put some nice flowering shrubs and bushes. You can see a lot of dead plants and vegetation. We're going to get rid of all this stuff. So let's go inside now and we'll take a look at the kitchen. Okay, so we're inside the house now here at Desert Broom, and you're looking at a monochromatic kitchen. It looks like a zebra threw up on the countertops and on the floor. Black and white, a lot of black and white. So here's what we're going to do to warm this kitchen up. We talked about the curb appeal and how important that is in the front yard. Well, in the kitchen, it's the next most important thing. It's actually probably more important than your curb appeal in your front yard. People spend 90% of their time in the kitchen. We want this to look nice and warm and fuzzy, right? So we are going to keep the granite countertops. They are nice, but what we're going to do is we're going to take some travertine, lay down a nice, like a 20-inch warm-looking travertine. We're of course going to paint a nice warm kind of taupey color here in the kitchen. And on the walls here, we're going to do some kind of travertine backsplash here. We're going to replace this kitchen sink with a stainless sink, and all the appliances. You can see that the appliances are actually in pretty good shape, but they're white. In a home like this, a family home, we want stainless steel, so we're going to do stainless steel microwave, stainless steel range. This is all pretty common with all the rehabs that we do. We typically will put stainless steel appliances in them unless they have them already, or maybe there's some nice black appliances. So that's it for the kitchen. Why don't we take a walk outside? Okay, and last but not least, let's talk about the AC units. All right, these are brand new AC units. The bank I did not want to replace these. We actually had an inspection done, and that's one of the great things about buying an REO property, a real estate owned property, or a short sale. When you actually go into escrow, you have an inspection period. We had 10 days to inspect this house, and we paid $155 to a residential home inspector. He did a kind of a quick walkthrough report for us, and he told us, he said, hey, the AC units are shot, they need to be replaced. So we were able to go back to the bank. For this report, by the way, $155. We were able to go back to the bank and say, hey, the AC units on this home are shot. We'd like you to replace them. Now, they didn't want to fix them at first. Why would they? You're talking about a $7,500 replacement cost. But we insisted. We went back and forth with the bank, and they eventually agreed to completely replace these. So we got brand new AC units. This $155 report saved us $7,500 when we get ready to turn this property around. So can't emphasize enough, when you're buying short sales and REOs, get an inspection. Hopefully you can get an investor inspection, but if you can't, even pay the $400 or whatever they charge, because it's going to be worth it. You're going to find out these problems. So that's it for today. I'm Marty Boardman with FlippingPhoenixHouses.com. Thanks for watching.